Okay, so we're here to talk about the marketing mix now, and the marketing mix is a fairly important topic. Matt, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so the marketing mix, foundational subject as part of your marketing, and usually doing it at the start of your program. It helps you to get a bit of an insight into what are the key things that I need to be covering. Marketing mix is referred to as a mix because it's a combination of different ingredients that you're looking for to refine over time so that you can deliver the best type of marketing. Now, we're talking about my product or the service I deliver, getting a good understanding of who my customers are, what are the preferences of those customers, why would they actually want to buy my product or service, use my service, as well as looking, well, where is my product actually situated in terms of the life cycle? Is it in introduction stage? Am I introducing something new? Is the marketplace for that product or service going through growth? Is it maturity? Is it in decline? Is it the right time? Right, ultimately. Okay. Then you're really looking at, well, what am I going to actually be putting out there into the market, thinking about how do I get that in place so that I can get the right people on board, get the right type of funding involved, sure. So I've got a budget so that I can test it, monitor, and adjust my ingredients as part of my marketing mix so that I can essentially have the best type of marketing.
Right, okay. So when we're undertaking this, what are some of the key activities that we're going to do, or what tools are we going to use specifically?
Okay, so in part one, the context setting, it's really about understanding your 4 Ps. 4 Ps, product, price, place, promotion.
Right.
So product characteristics, getting into a really detailed description of what is my product? What does it look like? What does it taste like, sound like, smell like, feel like? So getting all those details down, really important. Then I'm looking at my price. Now, we're not talking about $1.99, the specifics. We're talking about more about my strategy. So it's my approach to figuring out how am I going to price my product or service that I'm delivering to market. Then we're talking about my place. Now that's more about the place of distribution. How do I get my product or service to my customers? Really important, fundamental things. Promotion, what type of promotional tools or strategies am I going to use?
Right, okay.
For service, it's more about the additional things, the additional 7 Ps. We're talking about the people that are part of my marketing. How do I emphasize them? The process involved with delivering my product to my customers and the physical evidence that I can give my customers if I'm giving them a service. So what do they actually get to take away that's tangible? Now, from that, you're really looking to get the details refined so that in your blog on Fedina, you can actually communicate and pitch the most essential things. We're not looking for the feature-length film, we're really just looking for the trailer. So if I pick an audience that I'm talking to here, I really want to carry that through, whether that's I'm talking to my customers, my employees, an investor, a business partner, maybe even a bank manager. They might want to understand the key strategies you have for your marketing.
Right, so in short, the effective technique here is to keep it fairly short and to the point, covering just the key stuff. You don't want the whole story, and aim at a very particular target. And obviously you want to keep them or get those people to follow the same target the whole way through, so there's always the same message group that it's going out to. Okay, great. All right, so what will happen in our C2 component?
So the critical section is really where the student starts actually going, well, where is my product situated? Mm-hmm. Who are my competitors?
Right, okay.
How old is this type of service or product or business? Is it introducing something new? Mm-hmm. Is it going through growth? Is it in maturity? Is it in decline? Is it the right time for me to be launching this type of product? Yep. Or do I need to adjust my mix in some way to give it some refreshment?
Right, okay, so we're starting to talk through the situational analysis of the world around us and a little bit about our product life cycle. Okay, so that's pretty good information. And when I undertake the actual assessment activity, what's the key activity I'll be doing there?
So the key activity you do in C2 is that's your vlog. That's where you're sitting down and you're recording yourself with your iPad and you're talking to your iPad. Now you might need to do a little bit of preparation for that, and that's why you go through your portfolio tasks, you go through all the detail, and you develop a good understanding so that you can confidently communicate it. Now, that video blog, is going to be embedded in your Fedina blog, and that's a short, snappy, again, talking to an audience. What are the key things I'm going to communicate? What does my bank manager actually want to hear?
Yep.
Now, if I'm confident in talking about it, I'm going to be able to sit down with someone and cover some of these key things. So that's the critical component.
Okay, and that's only a fairly short thing. It's only about 90 seconds, isn't it?
90 seconds. So we're looking for something short, snappy, and straight to the point.
That's only 3 TV commercials, so they really have to get to the point. They can't waffle. It needs to be short and sharp. Okay, that's pretty good. So 90 seconds, key messages, selling that broader aspect. Okay, so then what happens into C3?
So the control part is really looking at, well, what plans am I going to put down? Now, that's more about the implementation, the monitoring, and adjustment. That's when you figure out, well, what type of budget do I need to implement this marketing?
Okay.
What's my time frame? What systems do I put in place to capture feedback from the market, from my customers, from my competitors, from financials, so that I can figure out, well, is my marketing mix working well? Do I need to adjust the ingredients?
Yep. Do I need to change my strategy?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So really this component's really about understanding the plans and strategies that we're going to have in place and how we're going to deal with those going forward, not just set them in stone, engrave them and forget for all time's sake, but actually come back and having a revisit. And how will I report that as part of an assessment task? What's that going to consist of?
So again, as with the context setting, it's a blog. So you're looking to really knuckle down what are the key things I need to communicate. Again, following the same audience all the way through, we're looking for a short, snappy, and straight to the point blog that helps you to communicate how you're actually going to implement and monitor and adjust your marketing mix so that the most tasty marketing mix is out there to the market. Like you said, it's not set in stone. We're not chipping it on the gravestone. Yep. The marketing mix is a dynamic, foundational strategy for your business to move forward in the 21st century.
Yep, great. So we're talking about a real living document that we're always adjusting and testing and fixing. Awesome. Okay, so now that they've gone through and they've set their situation, they've understood what's going to happen, and then we've started to make those plans and strategies going forward, what's the last part of the process? What's the fourth activity?
Okay, so C4, communication. This is where you're bringing it all together. Now, this is always a little bit more challenging, so you really have to figure out how can I communicate all the most important things in some type of presentation. Now, what we're looking for is that you're following through with the same audience. If you actually got a good understanding of what you needed to do in C1, 2, and 3, putting together your C4, your presentation, is going to be a piece of cake, hopefully tasty. Now, we're not looking for a slideshow. Could be a slideshow, could be a video, could be an animation. It should be on any type of media platform that you can embed in your blog. So that's what we're really looking for. Should be a maximum of 5 minutes. So you've got a lot of things that you need to cover, but remember, it's the trailer, not the feature-length film.
Right, okay, so what we're looking for here, once again, is a to-the-point, good, expressional video, maybe 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes, you're saying, that really covers those key points, and once again, aimed at the same target market. So don't start changing things there. Keep the messages consistent and approach from that. So in summary, what we're really looking for then is we're looking for that short blog that tells us what's going to happen or a bit about our product and services. We're looking at that 90-second situational analysis of the world around us in a short video, 3 commercials length only. Then we move down to another short blog, which is starting to talk about, well, what are our plans and strategies, those key takeaways, and then we're going to start thinking about, well, what's that bigger picture communication in that 3 to 5 minute video, where we have a little bit of artistic license to make it look the way we need, okay? So no prescribed it must look like and there must be slides, okay? So we're going to run that, and hopefully if they do that, they should do well.
They should do well. Now, like you said, you got a bit of flexibility with what you deliver in your presentation. You can be creative. You can use lots of visuals and color and shapes and look at, well, how can I communicate all these concepts in a way that really tells a story?
And that's what it's all about.
Marketing Mix.
Good luck out there.